Hey guys, I'm Becky from Book Bite Reviews and welcome to another reading vlog. Today it is Tuesday, September 8th, I believe. I'm really not positive, but I think that's accurate. And I'm starting another reading vlog. I kind of wish that I would have started it the other day because I did end up reading Half-Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm reading this for the Spooky Bookathon and I actually really enjoyed it. I feel like I wouldn't have had a lot of thoughts though. I'm pretty sure that this is her first, maybe it isn't her first series, but it might be her first YA book series, and I haven't read it yet, so I did start with this one. This is the prompt for read a paranormal / fantasy, and I have to say I don't like it as much as the Lux series, but I am enjoying it and I'm definitely going to continue on. So I kind of wish I would have started this during this vlog so that I could talk about it, but pretty much those are my thoughts. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I wanted to mention it just because I've been wanting to read this book for a very, very long time. So let's talk about what I'm actually going to read this week. I would really like to start Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is my book club pick. I also would really like to grab Ruthless Gods by Emily A. Duncan because I need to read it and I'm really in the mood to do so. So I'm hoping that that will happen. Other than that, I'm not really sure what I'm going to be reading. I have just gotten back into playing Animal Crossing. I definitely want to try to prioritize audiobooks, but I do know that Ruthless Gods and possibly one other book that I would be picking up this week would be physical or ebook reads. But I do have Allegedly on audiobook. I do also have some exciting packages that should be here any second, and I've decided to go ahead and open them in this vlog instead of doing a separate video. I have the Twilight one-time box from the Bookish Box coming. It's supposed to be here today, and I really cannot wait. So right now, I'm going to run to the store with my husband. We need to get some essentials like cat food, cat litter, things like that. And then I will hopefully start reading. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, it is later on Tuesday. I still have yet to do any reading today, but I'm hopefully going to be starting Allegedly in just a couple minutes as soon as I get done with why I'm here right now, and that is because my Bookish Box one-time Twilight box has been delivered and I'm so excited, you guys. So I want to unbox it with you. I cannot wait to see what is in this. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Before I start showing you the goods, which there's only been one thing that I've opened so far, and that's because I already knew what it was. I do want to let you guys know that if you are interested in buying anything from the Bookish shop or subscribing to the Bookish Box, which I do and love them, I highly, highly recommend this box if you are looking for a monthly subscription box. I will have a referral link down in the description box. I'm not a rep. This is a referral link that everybody who is subscribed to the box gets to refer their friends to join. So if you would like to, please use my link. And now let's get into it. So the very first item that I have already opened is the dust jacket for Midnight Sun. So a couple months ago, they did dust jackets that you could buy for the entire Twilight series, which I did, and I love them. They're gorgeous, and they decided to go ahead and come out with one for Midnight Sun that you could purchase as an add-on for this box, which I did. For one, for it to all match, and for two, because I do not like the pomegranate on the original Midnight Sun cover, so I got the matching dust jacket, and I don't think you guys are ready. I'm so in love with this. It's stunning. Like, I really loved the other ones when I opened them, but I feel like this one is my favorite. I just love that we have like this geometrical heart, and on the back we have this lovely quote that says, "How was it possible that the sun was rising now in the middle of my midnight?" I'm so happy I did this because I'm not a fan of the pomegranate. Alright, so now let's jump into this box. I can't wait, guys. I cannot wait. Okay, so first up, right on top, there is a bookmark of Bella, and this is really, really pretty. I love this. And on the back is Edward. I like it because it's very close to Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, but slightly different, some more kind of like on what the book described them as being, but still very similar to like what we recognize as Bella and Edward today. And I just think it's really, really pretty. Okay, the next item is one that I was spoiled for, and it's a book sleeve. This is so, so pretty. It is green with a moon and stars, and it says, "Without the dark, we'd never see the stars." And then on the back, we have trees, and it is the very thin, but like super durable and somehow easily fits large books. Kind of like felt kind of sleeve. I'm really not sure if Midnight Sun will fit in this, so we're gonna test it out. Let me take off this dust jacket just in case. Okay, yeah, no, I didn't think so. So it definitely fits in here, but you cannot snap it. It only goes that far, which, okay, so I love, love, love this book sleeve, like a lot. I'm of course obsessed with the color, but I do think it's a little bit in poor taste to have it not be able to fit the book. I mean, the box is inspired by Twilight. It's not necessarily for Midnight Sun, which is why they didn't include a book or have anything that's like Midnight Sun. Everything's supposed to be Twilight inspired, but you did it because Midnight Sun came out, and I feel like Midnight Sun should be able to fit. I think the other ones, definitely minus Breaking Dawn, maybe also minus New Moon, but Twilight and Eclipse will probably fit in here. I still love it, but it's just not usable with Midnight Sun, unfortunately. Next is the other item that I was spoiled for, and it is the t-shirt. So here it is. That is so, so pretty. And it says, "So the lion fell in love with the lamb," which is one of my favorite quotes. I think that it might also be a biblical reference, which I am not religious at all, but it's just such an iconic quote from the book that I really like the quote. But I love, love, love this t-shirt. I think it's really cool. I love that it has the geometrical outline, so it kind of matches the dust jackets that we got from them. And I do love the dark gray, white, and purple. Okay, next item. I don't know if I'm supposed to have two of these or if it was an accident. Maybe it's like a best friend necklace, but I don't know. They are very heavy. So let me just show it to you. It is a necklace that says "Unconditionally and Irrevocably," and it has this little heart on it. And I have two of them. I'm also sorry if you could hear this crunching in the background. These cats are obsessed. Next, we have a candle. It is a rather large candle in my opinion. So it says it is hand poured by the Bookish Shop, Twilight Moments, blood type, Edward's scent. Let's find out what Edward smells like. Okay, I'm a big fan. So we do have a wood wick. I'm hoping that this wood wick is a lot easier to burn than the last one that I burned by them. It was extremely hard to keep lit. Like the first time that it lit, it would go out, and then maybe like the second or third time I lit it, then it would stay on, and it would do that every time that I relit it. So next we have a pin that is for Midnight Sun, and I am absolutely obsessed with this. That is so, so pretty. I feel like it is so modern and minimalist, and I'm just a big fan. Like, people would see this and not even know that it's for Twilight. Okay, so it looks like that is everything. So now let's look at the spoiler card. So it appears that the necklace is only supposed to be one, so I did get a bonus necklace. The candle is a full-size candle that you would get if you buy their Bookish Box candles, because they now have their own line in their shop. And then, of course, thank goodness, I'm very excited about this one, they usually do a playlist for their monthly boxes on Spotify, and they did do one for this one. It is called Twilight, Perfect to Listen to While You Read. And it doesn't say who it was curated by, maybe just the Bookish Box, because all of these items were designed and made by the Bookish Box except for the bookmark. Everything else is by them. I normally include the link to the playlist in my description, but they did not include the link because this little image can be scanned. So I will just hold it up as still as possible and you guys can try to pause it and scan it. I don't know. So overall, I do enjoy the box. I am feeling a little underwhelmed just because there's not a whole lot that came in it. So I feel like my expectations were a little bit higher, but I do enjoy all of the items. I think the only item that I'm not like the biggest fan of is the necklace, but everything else I really enjoy. I love the candle. I'm extremely excited about this bookmark because it feels the same as my favorite bookmarks by them, which were the Zodiac ones. So it has the same like matte, soft touch finish as those ones. So I'm really excited about that. And of course, I think my favorite item, even though it doesn't fit the book, is definitely the book sleeve. I love, love, love book sleeves. It sucks it doesn't fit the book, but it's still gorgeous and I'm definitely going to use it. But alright guys, this is really fun. I'm so happy to have more Twilight things in my life. And now I'm gonna go do some reading, playing some Animal Crossing, and who knows what else. Good morning guys, it is Thursday. I did not update you yesterday and I kind of wish that I did because yesterday I finished Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. Now I wish I would have updated you guys yesterday to kind of give you my thoughts before finishing it because to be honest this book was feeling like a 4-star the whole way through. I was very, very intrigued. It was super interesting, very dark. And unfortunately, I have that morbid fascination of crime. I wanted to know what happened to this child, who's responsible, what happened that night, and see justice for our main character. And so it was feeling like a 4-star. I was enjoying it, but it wasn't like blowing me away. And then the ending happened, you guys. I finished this last night. I listened to the audiobook, which the audiobook is amazing. I highly recommend the audiobook. I was just, sitting there listening and it was coming to a close and then something happens and it totally blew me away and now I'm giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. I normally like take into account how I was feeling for majority of the book instead of the ending, but I feel like this book kind of centers around this ending and it makes you re-question everything and it makes you want to reread it, and it was a very, very intense ending and I could not believe what happened. I mean, I could believe it, but I didn't want to believe it and it was crazy. So I will definitely be checking out more from Tiffany D. Jackson. I highly suggest that if you have been thinking about reading this book or now that you're seeing me really enjoy that you're thinking about reading it, pick it up really, really soon and go into it blind. I knew the really vague premise of this book, but I didn't remember everything and I didn't reread the description on the back or on Goodreads. And I'm honestly really glad that I didn't. It was really nice going into it blind because there were some parts that are in the description that I did forget. And I think it just made it a lot more enjoyable and made that ending a lot more out of left field. And this is just such a good book. It really keeps you guessing and wanting to know what happened and rooting for Mary. And I would just highly suggest that you pick this book up. I cannot wait to discuss this with book club. It's just so crazy because reading it the whole time, I'm like, this is a really good book. I really enjoyed this. I'm like trying to think of like questions to talk about, and it has a lot of stuff that you can discuss. And then the ending happened and I was like, oh my god, I picked the best book for book club. I cannot wait to see what people think of this book. It's going to be intense. Also, really quickly, something that I just learned, I'm subscribed to a whole bunch of Book Riot's newsletters, and I think you guys should be too. It's where I get the bulk of my bookish news. It's where I find out about new releases. It's where I find out about different things happening in the bookish community. Go subscribe to all their newsletters. But in this week's YA News newsletter, I found out that a series that I freaking adore and love, and honestly still need to finish, but is one of my favorites, is being adapted on Netflix, and that is the Mediator series by Meg Cabot. If you guys have already known about this, good for you, but I just found out today and I'm dying. They did link to a tweet from Meg saying that due to COVID, the filming has been put on pause, and once they can start filming again, they will, but that a adaptation is coming to Netflix, and I'm just, oh my god, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I hope that it's amazing because the books are fantastic, and I really need this in my life. I'm excited. But alright guys, I'm gonna go to work because the sooner I go to work, the sooner I can take a break, and the sooner I can start reading Ruthless Gods. I'm so here for it. Hey guys, it is Sunday. So last night I did a lot of reading, but I didn't do any reading of Ruthless Gods, and that's because I got really invested in The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So I'm listening to the audio on Hoopla, and it is so good. I am so interested in this story. I really am invested in the characters, and I just want to know what's going to happen in this book and where exactly it's going to go. I'm not quite sure if I know what the end game of this story is. I feel like I'm just living it with Mallory. Like, I know exactly what she knows. I don't know the end game because she doesn't really know the end game. Like, she's just trying to be a normal human being, and so this story is very in the moment. It doesn't have a whole lot of foreshadowing of like what our hopes and dreams are for the future, and so it's a very strange experience because I feel like every book you kind of know where we're trying to get to, what the journey is, and with this one I don't think it's very clear. I think that there are some ideas that I have. It's a different experience, but I'm really enjoying it. So last night I got to page 226, so I'm just almost halfway through the book, and it's a great experience. Hey guys, don't mind the Cousin It look I've got going on. I just got out of the shower and blow dried my hair, so it's a bit poofy at the moment, but it is now probably 11:30 or midnight. I'm about to get in bed. I did do some physical reading of Ruthless Gods. I have not read any more of The Problems with Forever. I don't know if I'm going to listen to that while I play on my phone before bed, or if I'm going to keep physically reading Ruthless Gods, but I did get to page, I think it was 105 of Ruthless Gods. It's getting really good. Not a whole lot has happened yet, but we're getting to a point where stuff is about to happen, and I'm just really enjoying it, and I hope that there is some redemption for our characters and some happy endings. I know that this isn't the last book, so I feel like there's still going to be some pretty crushing endings just based on how the first book ended, and I still don't know like what I want to happen. I don't know what I want for these characters. It's basically, I'm just here for the ride. Whatever Emily A. Duncan gives me, I will accept. But I'm just really excited to be back in the world. I feel like, just like the first time, I'm reading it very slow. I normally read about 50 pages an hour, and I'm not reading near that if I only got to page 105. So, yeah. But I am having a really great time. I think I read it so slowly just because I want to take everything in. And this is set in like a kind of like a very long time ago in like this Russian Polish kind of world. And the language that is used is comparable to Game of Thrones, where it's not like normal day English. It's still in English, but it's not everyday conversational English that we hear today. So it is a little bit more to kind of take in and process, and I think I just don't want to miss anything, so my brain automatically just like slows down. Let's read every word and make sure that we comprehend. So that's fine because I really love it. But right now I'm gonna get in bed, get ready for work. But we gotta do it. Hey guys, it is Wednesday morning, and it's officially time to close out this vlog. Now, I hope when I go to edit this vlog that I have some sufficient content, because I feel like I failed as a vlogger this week. I definitely updated you guys, but not as much as I usually do. So let's go ahead and talk about everything that I read this week, how I felt about it, and close this one out so I can start fresh with a new vlog. So the first book that I read this week was Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. I read this for book club and loved it. I'm giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. What really solidified the 5 stars instead of a 4-star is the ending. It had this moment that really tipped it off, and I felt like it was on purpose. I felt like the author knew exactly what she was doing and wanted you to feel this level of relatability and comfort throughout the book, and then really hit you in the end. So for that, I'm giving it 5 stars. I highly recommend this book. It was great. Then I picked up The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I really, really enjoyed this one, and I'm also giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I had a great time listening to the audio of this. It was a very raw and real and interesting book that I couldn't look away from. I thought about it when I wasn't reading it. I really wanted to finish it as soon as possible because I just wanted to know everything that was going to happen. And while I really enjoyed the end, I still feel like there's more to the story, and I want to know what's going to happen next for these characters because I care about them so much. But I'm pretty sure that this is going to stay a standalone, but it was fantastic and I loved it. Then I started Ruthless Gods by Emily A. Duncan. You guys, I'm enjoying this so much. I haven't made too big of a dent, but I am pretty happy with my progress. I'm on page 155, so again, not a lot, but still, I'm happy that I started it. I'm happy to be here. I'm really enjoying this. I feel like this book breaks my soul in the best way possible. Like, I just love this, and the things that are happening, I'm just like, my heart hurts, but I love it. It's just so good so far, and I cannot wait. I'm also really excited because I saw online that it says that this book is going to feature a lesbian romance, and I can't wait to find out what that's about. I can't wait to see who it's between, and I'm excited. I'm definitely very, very happy that I finally picked up this book and started it because I've been wanting to since it came out, which was what, like March, April? And then last but not least, I did also start another audiobook, which is If There's No Tomorrow by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I am on page 70 of this book, and I am enjoying it so far. The only thing is that the synopsis of this book is not matching what I'm reading so far. I know that I'm very early on. I'm not even at the 100-page mark, but this book is describing that something awful is going to happen because it says, like, until one choice, one moment destroys everything. So I expected this book to start with the tragedy already happening and then moving forward, and that's not the case. So I'm really nervous because I'm enjoying the characters so far. I'm excited to see where it goes, but right now we're in like a fluffy contemporary romance, and the synopsis says it's not going to be that. So I'm very excited to get into this. So guys, that is everything that I read. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this vlog. We'll see how this cookie crumbles when I get into editing. Don't forget, if you did enjoy this video, to please give it a thumbs up. If you loved it and you want to see more bookish content from me, please hit subscribe. And if you want to be notified as soon as my videos go live here on YouTube, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!